Congratulations, Coach. As we start, we'll ask that when we call on you, if you could limit to one question to one specific person. We can answer more questions in our allotted time that way. Please make sure to silence your cell phones, and also very important, please refrain from shooting any video during the press conference, including cell phone video. We have head coach John Cook. Our student athletes with us are Allie Batenhorst, Harper Murray, and Becca Alec, and we'll begin, Coach, by asking for your thoughts on tonight's match.
I thought it was a great effort on our part. Pittsburgh's a very good team. We were just watching video on them. They had our respect, and I thought this would be a really, really tough match, and I knew we'd have to play great to win. But I thought our team, we talked about winning some close points. There was some ugly volleyball. We found a way to win a couple points out of that. And then I just thought our serving and blocking and defense really put some pressure on Pittsburgh. And a lot of credit to them. They've had a great year. They've got a great team. They're very well coached. I love the system that they run. And so it's a great effort for the Huskers.
And we'll begin with questions, please. Let's go second row there on the edge.
Oh, got you.
Brent Wagner from the Lincoln Journal. Harper, you took some big out-of-system swings in that match. Where did the confidence come to do that in a match of this caliber?
Yeah, I mean, we work on that in practice every day. So I think Lexi obviously gets me great sets, but we work on that every day in practice. So just trusting my training, and I know my team has my back.
Leo Haggerty, Amped Up Sports. Coach, you're up in the third set, 10-9. You scored 9 of the next 10 points, 4 on service aces. Did you see something, or did that just happen?
I just kept encouraging them to, keep the service pressure on them. And sometimes when you get in a match like that, things aren't going, you can get a little tentative. And I just kept reminding them. And Pittsburgh's a great serving team as well. And, and I just, I don't know what our aces to errors were, but there was some really tough serving going on out there on both sides. But we kept talking about we got to keep serving them tough because they got great hitters.
Let's go back here, please.
Becca, can you talk about the block tonight? How did it set the tone, and what was working well for you against Pitt with the block?
Yeah, for sure. I think just kind of what we always talk about is just using the scouting report. Coaches work really hard on that. The boys work really hard on putting that together. And so just the biggest thing as a blocker is trusting what they've taught us and just kind of taking away their tendencies. When the opponent gets stressed, they're going to try and hit their comfortable shot as hard as they can, and usually it works out. So being able to take that away early on is something that pays off in the long run, and just staying disciplined and not trying to do too much.
We'll go to the back row there, please.
Greg Eklund for Omaha Public Radio, and this is for Harper. With a group of freshmen early in the year, some people may have questioned or doubted the abilities of this team and how far it could go with this number of freshmen. What message would you have for the doubters at this point, reaching the title?
I feel like that's understandable. 5 freshmen coming in and more than half of us contributing every single day. So I think that's understandable that people would feel that way, but I think that that's what drives all of us. We want to prove people wrong, and we talked about that a lot at the beginning of the season. Just because we're a young team, that should hold nothing against us. So I think just that's what motivates us. We want to prove people wrong and tell them it doesn't matter how old we are.
We'll go to the first row here, please.
Yeah, Coach Cook, you said yesterday with these two teams being so good defensively that could play out that way, or it could play out the exact opposite way. How did you feel about the way the match did play out today?
Well, you look at the first game, either team did not hit well. As the match went on, it got more and more offensive, and the numbers came up. But defense takes a lot of energy and emotion, and eventually that starts tapering off as the match goes on. But I'm looking here, we had 400 in Game 3 against the first or second best team in the country. But their numbers came up too. But overall, we did a really good job of holding them down and containing them. We never let them, I think, get really hot. Babcock in Game 2 had a couple nice, we call big kills, and but again, we made some great adjustments and shut them down.
Go here, please.
Coach, playing off what Harper said, could you speak about the contributions of the freshmen and Harper specifically throughout the season, how they reached, their maturation point at this point in the season?
It's I think they're all super competitors. That's their superpower. They're competitors. They love to compete. The bigger the stage, the bigger the match, the harder they compete. And it's all about. That's the bottom line. Is they're competitors and they love to compete.
Go here, please.
This is for Allie. We watched the journey, and when you first got to Nebraska, you talked about why you chose Nebraska volleyball, and hopefully it would end in what would appear to be Sunday. Tell me about this journey of yours and how it feels tonight to reach this championship moment.
Yeah, it means everything to me and this team, and I think freshman year making it to the national championship was just insane and unreal to me. And I was a baby. I was the freshman on the team, and now being able to, last year wasn't a great season for us. We didn't make it as far as we wanted to, but we came back stronger this year, and I think making it all the way to the national championship again as one of the older players is just really incredible, and we've worked really hard to get to this point, and it's not easy to get to this point, and a lot of people don't see the work we do on and off the court, and we're excited to be here and pumped for Sunday.
Go to the back row here, please.
Coach, you mentioned some adjustments and the hitting percentage getting better and the plus 400 hitting percentage in the third set. What were some of those adjustments you made and that resulted in just a higher hitting percentage each set as the match went on?
Well, as when Pittsburgh started out, we were on their tendencies, and a couple of the hitters started changing up what they were doing, and we were just able to adjust right there with them, and we kind of kept, it's like a prize fight, Somebody's hitting one shot, and then all of a sudden they'll go to another, and you got to be able to counter that. And I just think playing in the conference in the Big Ten, we have to do this every night. It's constant adjusting, and because the hitters are so good and they figure out what you're doing, it's just part of how we train and how we approach things, and it's why we're one of the top defensive teams every year in the country. It's a big theme in our gym. But the other key here is, I'm looking at their side out percentage. They were in the 50s all 3 games, and that's a team as good as that hold them down. There's a great effort on our part. Great effort.
Go here, please, in the second row.
This question's for Becca. It looks like you guys were just having so much fun out there tonight. So can you talk about the energy and competitiveness that you all were able to maintain throughout all 3 sets?
Yeah, you use the word maintain, and that's not really something that's forced for us. That's just kind of who we are as people. And being able to celebrate as hard and as ridiculously as we do, it's because we've invested so much into each other. And so to see each other succeed, it's just watching your friends go do their thing. And so when we're acting that way, that's just pure love, and that's just having a good time.
Go here, please.
Harper, still unfinished business. You got to come back Sunday. How long do you allow yourself to celebrate this one before you start thinking about Wisconsin or Texas?
I think we all know that we still have one goal that we want. So yeah, tonight's a great win for us, but at the end of the day, Sunday is our goal. So we just have to stay focused on that and do everything we can to prepare for that match.
On the aisle, please.
Becca, sometimes fans call this a block party. It's one thing to do that in the non-conference, but on this national stage, what's it feel like to do that, and what did it feel like to block like your team did tonight?
Yeah, man. That's hard to put into words because you always talk about just, like when you're in conference, you always think there's next weekend if you want to do better. But you're at a point right now where you got to have the clutch factor and you have to make it happen. And so I'm just blessed. I can tell you right now there were tons of prayers before this game, just wanting to show up for my team because I'm aware of what I've done in previous games, and you always kind of wonder if you're able to do it again. And so just giving myself the grace to do that and for it to actually happen, I mean, I'm happy that I can do it with them and for them.
First row here, please.
Yeah, Beck, I know sometimes it's hard to remember individual points in a match, but there were 3 or 4 points out there where you guys had huge saves and were able to win the point, sort of those real emotional type points. Yeah. Did you sort of sense you guys were able to get the better of those points and that kind of helped with keeping the momentum the whole match?
Yes. Oh my goodness, yes. The long rallies, the ugly rallies, the stuff where it's like you didn't really deserve it kind of point, those things are really frustrating as an opponent when you don't win them. And that was something that actually hurt us when we last played Wisconsin. I can tell you right now, it wouldn't have been a sweep if we would have won those long rallies. And so that has been a point we've been hammering ever since that game. And so, yeah, when we were being scrappy and it was paying off, when we were actually getting the point, it's a huge momentum shift because it takes down the confidence of the other team because it becomes a point of desperation, wanting to get the ball up and just over. And so when you actually win them, it's huge.
Can we go to the aisle here, please?
Coach Cook, Dominic Campbell with Pittsburgh Sports Now. You've beaten Pitt in 2 of the last 3 Final Fours. How have you seen them progress in this time, and do you foresee them as one of the top teams in the country in the future?
Hey, they just went to 3 straight Final Fours. You tell me how many other programs are doing that. It's, they're an elite program now, and that's going to continue with them. Coach Fisher's done a heck of a job, and they should be really, Pittsburgh should be really proud of, what they're doing. So there's 3 straight Final Fours. It is not easy.
Go to the corner here, please.
Harper, you spoke earlier about, their skepticism early on about the freshmen, how good you could be in that role. Were there times when you felt like, I'm a freshman, and you battled through some things, and not only for you, but all the freshmen, the ebbs and flows that got you here? Has it been kind of a roller coaster in a way?
Yeah, but I think Lexi and Merritt are our 2 captains, and they've been in this position before. And Allie, Becca, all the upperclassmen, or the girls older than us, they've felt how we felt before. So I think our team does a great job of leaning on each other. And I think no one on our team has ever made us feel like we're just freshmen. Like when we're struggling, it's not like, oh, they're a freshman, like cut them some slack. Like it's never been like that. And I think all the girls who are older than us do an amazing job of just keeping us on track. And I was just telling Coach about it. Like all the captains and all the girls, we just trust each other and we're there for each other. And I think at the end of the day, that's what keeps us going because we want to play for each other, like Becca said, and it's just pure love.
We'll go right next to you, please.
Allie, in that 3rd set, you kind of whiffed on an out-of-system attack. Then you went kill, block. I mean,
Yeah.
Did that kind of loosen you up and kind of get back to playing free?
Honestly, was not expecting that from myself. Coach said all week or today, he was like, we're going to go for it, and we need to unleash if we're going to win this match. And I took it to heart. And so
I feel like
I really went for it no matter what set I got. I was going to go for it. And when I did that, I was like, all right, that's embarrassing. And I'm going to move on. We talk about FRS, which is Failure Recovery System. And I also took that to heart. And I moved on. And I came back stronger. And that's the mindset you got to have in these matches, especially when it's so close.
I feel like it kind of lit a fire in you.
Yeah, it did. I was like, this is not going to be the last. Nope. I was going to go for it. Keep going for it. I'm not going to be tipping anything.
Yeah. Can we go to the back row, please?
This is for Becca. You're in Tampa, but how much did it feel like the Bob?
Oh, that's actually a good question. A lot like it. I mean, Nebraska fans are no joke. They'll show out, whether we're Rutgers or California. I mean, Hawaii, even Brazil. I think we even had some fans. And so, yeah, it was nice to be in an environment where you're supported, you see family and friends. It's a good time. Yeah, it was a lot like Bob.
Go to the first row here, please.
Coach Cook, we were talking before the season at an airport, and you used 2 words about this team, and you said, I want you to pay attention. We're tough and we're different. Does that define this group?
Are we different? We're different.
I remember talking in the airport. I don't remember that, but these guys are tough. I think what I was trying to tell you is that they're different than the teams we've had in the last few years. These guys are, like we talked about, they're great competitors. They love the big matches. They love the big points. We found a way to win a lot of really close matches, and they've got something special in them. And everybody's seeing that, and that's why we won the Big Ten. Because to be able to go 10 weeks and survive that you got to have something special.
You can stay right in that row, please.
Yeah, Coach Cook, you've been in quite a few of these preparing for a national championship match. Is there anything you've learned over the years about that, and does it change at all with the extra day that you have now?
Well, this is new, the extra days, so I got to think about how we're going to manage that, and I really don't know our schedule tomorrow yet. And I just know the All-American banquet's in the morning, and I'm supposed to be on some panel thing in the morning, which I'm going to bail on. So, we'll do what we've done all year, and but with the extra day here, it'll be interesting, and of course, Sunday is historic.
On the aisle, please.
John, a sweep in the national semifinals. What's the most impressive thing to you about that?
What you just said, winning 3-0. I want to ask Nate when the last time that happened, that we won a semifinal match 3-0. But I mean, you're just trying to survive anyway when you get to this point, and to win 3-0 is again a testament to our team, and they stayed with it, and it was close there in Game 3, and we just found a way to pull away and kind of wear them down a little bit.
Back row here, please.
Coach, what are days like this as a coach to win Coach of the Year earlier today and then come out just a few hours later in the national semifinal? Just put that into perspective.
Yeah, usually winning the Coach of the Year is it's not good. Whoever wins Coach of the Year usually loses in the semifinals. So, but I think the Coach of the Year this year wasn't that I was better than any other coach. I mean, Pittsburgh, all these teams there's so many great coaches that, and every time we play teams and I watch them, I'm thinking, God, these guys are really well coached. And but I think the Coach of the Year deal was more about what we did with the sport of volleyball and how we inspired maybe a generation of volleyball and this rebirth of volleyball and this growth. And I think that was more of what that was all about. And so I'll leave it at that. So, but it's pretty cool, and I haven't thought much about it since the banquet, and I'm really excited about the All-American banquet tomorrow because we got some players that are going to be honored and well deserved.
Go to the front, please.
Coach, you played Pittsburgh. They've been here 3 straight years. No matter who you play, you're either playing a defending champion or you're playing the champion from 2 years ago. Nobody's going to accuse you of backing into this one, are they?
No, but 2021 we were in the finals there, and in Game 5. So it's we're gonna have to play a great match Sunday, no matter who we play. And that's when you get to the final 2 teams. You got to bring out your best, and I know these guys are going to do it.
To the aisle.
John, it seemed like a lot of out-of-system kills. I guess if you agree with that, what was it like to watch the players do that?
Well, either team was not playing great volleyball to start with, and you think about the nerves. The arena was about 35 degrees, and it's hard to get in a good rhythm to start off with. So we know you're going to have to win some ugly volleyball, and we talk about that all the time, and we train it. And we talk about when we're out of system, we're in system. It doesn't matter to us. And I thought we did a really good job of that tonight.
To the front, please.
Real quick for all the players, when's the last time you had to worry about getting sunburned between one game to the next?
That's a good question. That's funny.
I don't think it's hot enough to get burnt right now. Personally, it doesn't take me and Becca a lot to tan.
No, it really doesn't. I mean,
but I still don't
obvious
think it's
reasons. No, yeah, I don't know. We're a lot of homebodies on the team.
I don't think they're gonna let us go in the sun.
Yeah, let's just to be completely honest. I mean, we've made it so far. I'm not gonna blow it to get a tan. I'll stay inside, hang out. Allie?
Yep. I don't. Yep. They said it all.
There
you go.
John, you obviously had some stuff, but the block touches too seemed to be a big impact. I guess what was it like? What impact do you think your block touches had on the match on Pittsburgh?
Well, every time, you guys talk about the stuff blocks, but every time we get a controlled touch, I mean, that's a chance to score a point. And you try to get as many of those as you can. But again, that's great discipline by our block, and Pittsburgh goes fast. So if you can't stuff it, we're trying to slow it down for the diggers. And again, our block was really disciplined tonight.
Anything further for Coach and the student athletes? One more here, please.
John, did you stay on the bus during the red carpet arrival, and what did you hear or what did you see?
I didn't want to leave our bus driver. I was on the bus, yeah. I didn't want to leave him alone, and I want to make sure nobody forgot something, because typically somebody forgets something on the bus. So I kind of hang back there, and because if that guy locks it up, and then we're done. So, but anyway, I heard it was amazing, long. But Husker Nation showed up. There's no place like Nebraska. You guys can put that in the headline.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, ladies.
All right,
Congratulations to you.